Hi and welcome to Take 5. Let's get ready, grab a drink of water, and we'll begin shortly today's practice. We'll begin with breaths directed into the belly, expanding the belly on inhalation, and then belly towards the spine on exhalation. Close the eyes for a second and begin relaxing the entire body, starting from the feet. Inhale, belly moves forward. Relax the feet and the legs. Relax the torso, core, chest, and shoulders. Set an intention for today's practice. Relax the neck and throat and the face, especially the space between the eyebrows. Inhale, hands above the head and interlace fingers, palms up. See if you can move the arms a little bit back, maybe alongside your ears. Try to maintain length in the spine as you move towards the left, extending more the right side. Deepening the breath. If you notice that the breath is shallow throughout the practice, bring yourself back into the present moment. Focus on the breath. Back towards the middle and lean to the right. Full breath. Back towards the middle. And rotate towards the left. Then rotate towards the right. Try to keep the arms as close to the ears as possible. Back towards the left. Full breath. And back towards the right. Back towards the middle and unleash the fingers and then begin making circles with the arms going back. Inhaling up, exhaling, going back and down. Explore these circles and notice any areas that are a little bit more uncomfortable than other areas, and maybe even the two arms might feel slightly different from each other. Just notice differences, no judgment. You might be tighter in the right shoulder, for example, than the left. So try not to do too fast of a movement when you are making the circles, and also not too wide or with a huge diameter. Maybe something like 60%. So the goal here is with the fingertips to move away from the heart center and not so much having a big circle. Next time you're up, switch the directions. On inhale, going up and back. Exhale, forward and lowering arms. Full breath. Remind yourself to go all the way to the lowest parts of the lungs with the breath. clearing the old air out, replenishing it with brand new. Next time you're up with the arms, keep the right arm up and float down the left one. Extend from the fingertips far away from the sitting bones and then move slightly towards the left. Not to collapse from the left side. Right side is really extended. Roll the right arm back and look underneath it. Tighten the core as you lift yourself back up with both arms, trying to maintain the length of the spine. Flow down the right arm and the left one reaches up and overhead. Look underneath the left arm. Inhaling both arms to maintain the length of the spine and float them down. Still stay with a straight spine. So the arms are far away from the crown of the head on two sides, reaching down with fingertips and away from the head. Left ear towards the left shoulder. Wiggle the right fingertips. And come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it in your head or out loud. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Left ear is still towards the left shoulder, but the chin is also tucked. Notice how this side feels. We will compare it with the other one in the suck. Right ear towards the right shoulder. Face is straight first. Breathe into the belly. As many times as you can. Remind yourself your intention throughout the class. Notice the breath. Bringing you into the present moment through the breath. Tuck the chin towards the chest and right ear is still towards the right shoulder. Do you notice differences between left and right? Don't judge, just notice. And back to neutral with the head. Place the arms to take a break with them in front of you, maybe with the palms up, and then begin making circles with the neck. Not too big of circles. Relax the shoulders. And change the direction. Once again, space the hands away from the face with the fingers down, and then make those circles again. This time, the fingertips are actively pulling away from the head. Notice any areas that need to be spent some love and care and attention at, maybe a tighter spot. If you do notice anything like that, stay there for a second, maybe send 1 or 2 breaths into that spot and change the direction of the circle. And place the arms behind you. Chest and chin towards the sky. Try not to collapse with the shoulder blades towards each other, but Bend the elbows slightly and space out the shoulder blades while you're pulling the chest up towards the sky. And then the chin. Tilt the head slightly to the right. Full breath. And then towards the left. Full breath. And when you find yourself back into neutral position, make a transition into tabletop. Hands and knees underneath us. And each time we are on the hands, we have any weight onto the hands, we want to spread fingertips to protect the wrists. Or, if there are any conditions on the wrists, then make a fist, and on the first two knuckles next to the pointer finger and the middle finger is where your most weight should be. Inhale, the head and the tailbone up towards the sky, belly drops down. Exhale, push the mat away with the ankles and with the arms. Spacing out the shoulder blades, curving the spine, pushing as much as possible the mat. And go with the flow, with your own breath. Inhale, head and tailbone towards the sky. Exhale, push the mat away. At your own pace, few of those. Keep flowing and make sure you're distributing the weight between the hands evenly, spreading the fingertips, digging them into the mat. Tug the toes and then begin lifting into downward facing dog. Chest is going towards the thighs, and since it's the first one here and we haven't done any leg stretches yet, you want to pedal one foot at a time. Left foot down, inhale and exhale. Left heel down, inhale and exhale. Actively keep pushing the mat away with the hands. Left foot, inhale and exhale, down. Right foot down, inhale and exhale. Left one, inhale and exhale. Keep pushing the mat away with the hands, lifting the tailbone high as possible. Right foot down, right heel down, inhale and exhale. Walk the feet towards the hands and begin peeling yourself up one vertebra at a time. A couple of shoulder rolls on top. Palms are forward, tucking the chin slightly. Grounding through the feet, distributing the weight equally on the entire coverage of each foot. The knees are shy of block, slightly tucking the tailbone. Lift the chest, shoulders back and down and relaxed. Palms are forward, grounding and centering. Breathe. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. Inhale, hands above the head. Exhale, forward fold, bending from the hips. If you have to have a wider stand between the feet,
do a wider stance, but you want to be reaching the ground with your hands hanging. Walk the hands towards the left. Then walk the hands towards the right. Full breath. Notice where the breath goes until can you move it lower. Bend the right knee and walk the hands towards the left. Left leg is straighter. Feel the extension of the entire length of the left leg. Let's bend the left leg, straighten the right. Walk the hands towards the right. Full breath. Feel the extension of the entire right leg. Back towards the middle, plant the hands as much as possible, spreading fingertips, moving to downward facing dog, just towards the thighs. At this time, both of the heels are going into the direction of the earth, pushing the mat away with the hands. Imagine that I walk behind you and I press in between the shoulder blades, and that makes your chest go towards the thighs. Ideally stare at your navel. Inhale into plank, body is flat as a board, very strong. Elbows in as you're lowering yourself into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Push the mat away with the hands. Inhale again into plank. Once again, write the breath down, relax the shoulders, elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Back to dog. Look forward and place the left foot towards the hands. Right heel down for support. Squaring hips forward, leading with the face and with the hands all the way up, warrior one. Very strong, self-confidence building pose. Place the palms together in front of the chest and lean forward, anchoring through the back heel. And breathe. Release the left hand, lowering towards the earth. Right arm lifts up towards the sky. Look towards the right and try to space as much as possible. Chest and shoulder blades. The two shoulders are stacked, so make sure the right one is not ahead of the left one. Back, hands together in front of the chest, and lift up. And back into warrior one. Windmilling hands down, downward facing dog. Push the mat away with the hands. Full breath into the belly. Look forward and place the right foot forward this time, planting the left heel down for support. Engaging the core and leading with the face and the arms, lifting warrior one on this side. Hips are squared. Hands into a prayer on our chest with palms together. Lean forward. Where is the breath? This is one of those poses that you might run out of breath. If you are, then don't hold it as long. You shouldn't be compensating the breath in order to stay in a pose. Right hand floating down, left one up towards the sky, spacing out the chest and the shoulder blades. Big distance between the two hands' fingertips. Palms together in front of the chest, lifting up. Back to warrior one. With kneeling hands down, downward facing dog. Chest towards the thighs. Inhale yourself into plank. Turning to the side plank with right arm up towards the sky. You're on your left arm and left leg possibly down. You can make this song, this pose when your musician said something. You can make this pose less intense if you place the left knee on the mat. More intense if you lift up your right leg. And back to downward facing dog. Walk the hands towards the right, extending real good. Left hand anchored towards the earth. Left heel anchored towards the earth. Back to regular downward facing dog, straight one. Pushing the mat away. Inhale into plank and on the right side now. Lifting up the left arm up towards the sky. Option here, right knee down. Where is the breath? When you have enough of that, downward facing dog. Walk the hands towards the left. Right heel towards the earth. And when you're ready, walk back into regular downward facing dog. Look forward and place the left foot forward towards the hands. Elevate right arm up, far away from the left, and engage the core, lifting up warrior two this time. Notice if your hands are on the same plane. Inhaling left arm up towards the sky, right one floats down. Reaching as much as possible with left fingertips and then overhead. Notice if here the breath is restricted, especially in the core area, you want to move it down, full breath. Now switch left elbow towards the left thigh. Right arm up and overhead and look underneath the right arm.
Inhale yourself back into warrior 2. Move the toes of both of the feet towards the right and then switch into warrior 2 on the other side with right leg forward. Notice if your arms are on the same level. Or hands. See how my back one was lower? I noticed it and then moved it back up. Inhaling, right arm up towards the sky and then the left one floats down. Reaching really high and overhead. Right elbow goes towards the right thigh, left arm overhead. Look underneath the left arm. Inhaling yourself back into warrior 2. Move towards the left with the toes and shift into warrior 2 on the other side. Left leg forward and inhale into warrior 1, arms up. On exhalation, we're going to straighten the front leg and fold over it. Inhale back up. Once again, exhale, forward fold over the left leg. Inhale back up. And once again, forward fold over the left leg and plant the hands and move into downward facing dog. Elevate the left leg very far away from the two hands and then flare it towards the right. Keep that flaring towards the right each time we get back with the left leg up. On exhalation, we're going to move the left knee towards the left elbow in kind of like a plank with 3 points, the two hands and the back leg, the right leg. Exhale, left knee towards left elbow. Inhale, flare back into downward facing dog with left leg towards the right. Exhale, knee towards the chin. Once again, inhale, downward facing dog with left leg flare towards the right. And we're going to exhale, knee towards the right elbow. We do this once more. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, chin. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, right elbow. And relax, downward facing dog. Feel free to grab a drink of water here. Center your breath. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. Repeat it 3 times in present tense. Look forward and place the right foot forward towards the hands this time. Strong core, leading with the face and with the arms going to warrior 1. Straighten the front leg as you fold over it. Inhale back up into warrior 1. And 2 more. Exhale, straighten the leg and down. Inhale back up. 1 more last time. Folding over. And find your way into downward facing dog. Elevate the right leg far away from the hands. This time, right leg. Flare it towards the left. On exhale, right knee towards left elbow. Towards right elbow. Exhale. Inhale back up.
towards the chin. Inhale back up and flare to the left. Exhale towards the left elbow. Inhale back up. Last round towards the right elbow. Inhale back up towards the chin. Inhale back up and towards the left elbow. Place both of your ankles on your knees and then moving to child's pose, extending actively the hands away from the tailbone. Resting in a recuperating pose, feel free to grab a drink of water. Begin walking the hands towards you. And tuck the toes, lift up downward facing dog. Walk the feet towards the hands or the hands towards the feet, hanging there like a ragdoll with the hands maybe moving left and right. Peeling yourself back up, one vertebra at a time. Once you're on the top, do a couple of shoulder rolls, relaxing the shoulders. Inhale, hands above the head. Exhale, float them down, forward fold from the hips. Straighter spine when you're folding. Strong core, lifting yourself all the way up. Arms are a little bit apart from each other and begin shifting the weight into the right foot. Feel the right foot having as much as possible coverage with your mat. Begin detaching the left foot and notice if you're leaning to one side or to the other side. You want to straighten the torso. Lift up the left leg. Maybe place the left foot on the right ankle or above the right knee. As long as it's not exactly on where the knee is at, it's good. Sway the tree branches from the wind to challenge your balance. It helps if you anchor your attention into drishti point of concentration. If you do lose balance and you exit the pose, don't slam yourself back in, but instead sneak in slowly, gracefully, mindfully, and not using the momentum. Hug the left knee towards the chest. Oops. And place the left foot back on the earth. Maybe a couple of ankle rows with the right foot to kind of help it release from standing on it, and at the same time you're already concentrating on getting as much as possible coverage from the ground. With the left foot, place the right foot on the left ankle or above the left knee. Grow the tree branches. Maybe challenge the balance here as well by swaying the tree branches. Moving the right knee towards the chest and hug it.
Relax the right leg down. Couple rolls on the left ankle, won't hurt us. And make the stand between the feet wider. Maybe twice as wide as your yoga mat. Or twice as wide as your shoulders. And the heels are gonna go in and the toes are gonna go up. You sit like you're sitting on a chair, stuck in the tailbone. Right arms move forward, left one wraps around and help it go towards the left. Look towards your right. Right arm up towards the sky and make a circle back. Forward, inhale, back, exhale. Left arm goes forward, right one wraps around and help it go towards the right. Look towards your left. Left arm up towards the sky and going back, exhale. Forward and up, inhale, back, exhale. Release the legs as in straighten them and then move the toes towards each other so the feet are parallel on each other. Inhale, hands above the head, forward fold from the hips with a wider stance between the feet. Place the hands on the mat and then place them in a way to where fingertips are pointed back and then begin walking the hands back and away from you. You don't want to walk too far, only to the point where you can put the foot of your hand down. Spread fingertips and push the earth away, spacing out the shoulder blades. Also. Full breath here. Did you forget about the breath? Change the direction of the fingertips to forward and walk the hands forward. Walk your toes out and bend the knees. Inhaling with hands on the chest, palms together. Inhaling, hands above the head. Next inhale, hands on 90 degrees from the shoulders. And then palms up towards the sky. Bringing the palms together forward with palms up. And then towards the core area with the palms up. Slide them back and then the thumbs side of your palms are going to be towards your body. And then the palms are pointed outwards on the back. And then out. So now the thumbs are pointed back. The pinkies are pointed forward. Don't worry if this is confusing. Its purpose is to be confusing so that way you're more mindful and present. Inhaling yourself back up with palms up towards the sky and thumbs forward. Once again, back to 90 degrees. Thumbs are pointed back. Pinkies are pointed forward. And then moving pinkies towards your abdominals with palms up. And then slide the arms to where the thumbs are towards you and the other fingers are pointed backwards. And then completely out with palms up. And then back to palms up towards the sky, hands up towards the sky with palms forward. We'll do this again at some point in the next classes. And exhale, release with strong straight legs. Forward fold. And then begin shifting into a little bit not as wide of a pose of distance between the feet. Maybe grab opposite elbows, concentrating on elongating the backs of the legs. So in this one, try to feel from the sitting bones to the heels. Big stretch. And then find yourself into downward facing dog. Walk the feet towards the hands and sit on your mat. Strong straight spine, so try not to curve it. Straight spine. And then see if you can lean back a little bit, keep the straightness of the spine and release the feet off of the ground. Using core, you're still having the knees here for support. Where is the breath? Can you move it fully all the way to the bottoms of the lungs? A little bit of a challenge would be maybe moving the arms to the two sides and maybe lean back some more. Straighten the left leg, keep the right one bent. Reach towards the toes of the right foot as your right arm goes in the opposite direction. Kind of like a twist. Not kind of, but it is a twist. So in twist, the breath is a little bit restricted, so you want to force it in all the way down, expanding the belly on the inclination. Hug both of the knees, straight spine. So we do the same thing on the other side. Straighten the right leg, let go of the arms, and place right hand towards left foot, and left one goes the opposite direction. Trying to keep the spine straighter. It does want to curve here, but keep it straight. Hug the knees and take a breather with placing them on the mat. Feet are together. Maybe about the foot away from you. Going lower with the knees. Maybe help with the elbows to push the knees down. Get the right foot and place it closer to your left sitting bone, in front of it somewhere, not underneath, and get your left foot across on the outer edge of the right thigh. So here we're going towards stacking the two knees, and in my case my legs are extremely tight, so I'm having a hard time stacking them completely evenly on top of each other. But is there anything perfect? No. This is the direction we're going towards. So just make sure that you're not sitting on the right foot. You want to have the feet flared to the side and have both of your sitting bones on the mat. That could be way too intense, way too fast. And if it is, you can always move the left foot a little bit more forward to ease in the pose. And again, don't worry about your knees not being perfectly stacked above each other. It doesn't matter. Meet where you are at. Meet yourself where you're at today. Honoring your own journey, your own practice. Where is the breath? Inhale, hands far apart from each other, and then move the left one forward and the right one more towards you. And then interlace them into eagle arms or hug yourself. Once again, pay a little attention at your breath. Is it there? Is it full? And if you feel like the legs are already kind of releasing, maybe you can push a little bit more, leaning forward. Relax the shoulders, even though your arms are all twisted and interlaced. Still, you can relax the shoulders. You'll give a little more space between the shoulder blades and all those back neck muscles that often are the first thing that gets tight when we get stressed out or lifting things. Inhale, spread the arms apart. Next inhale, spread the legs apart. Then lean forward. Try to maintain straighter spine. Maybe you place the arms behind you for support to keep the spine straight. Inhale yourself back up, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Left leg down, right one up, and the crossed, of course, with trying to stack the knees, but again, don't do it. Just go into the direction of stacking the knees. So the feet are flared to the side. You have both of your sitting bones on the mat. Notice how this side might feel a little different. Or is it different? Or is it just tighter because the other one we spent some time releasing? Just notice, no judgment. Full breath, try to keep the spine straighter. Inhale, hands in opposite directions. And this time we're going to go with the right arm in front, left one towards you. And interlace them into eagle arms or hug yourself. And breathe. Is the breath full? Relax the shoulders. Lean forward. Maybe. Is there a difference now that you spent a little bit more time on this side as well? Is there a difference between your left and right sides? It's good to notice and keep a mental note. If this difference persists within several practices, maybe begin to spend more time on the tighter side. No judgment, just noticing. Inhale the hands, spreading apart. Inhale the legs, spreading apart. And then once again, lean forward. I like to keep my arms on the back at first before the legs release. So that way I keep my spine straight. And once I find that sweet spot where the legs can no longer release, which, you know, the more time you stay there, the more you're gonna release, especially with big muscles like we have on the legs. They require lots of patience and lots of time to stretch as they're big and stubborn. But the reason we want to keep the spine straighter at first before this muscle release even a little bit is because they're just so strong that pull on the spine muscles and will cause the spine to curve first before they're stretched. Because the spine has many muscles but they are little tiny, easier to give in. That's why sometimes people who suffer from lower back pain is because their legs are so tight. They run a lot or they drive a lot and they just don't keep the spine straight. At some point, let's first get back to our intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it in your head. Maybe close the eyes for a second. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, getting you closer forward with the face. Stretching the backs of the legs, the full length of the legs. And at some point, begin walking forward with the hands, reaching. The spine is going to naturally start curving, but that's okay now. Imagine I walk behind you and I'm pressing between your shoulder blades, so leading with the chest. And when you're ready, begin walking the hands first towards you, but watch out for the legs muscles that are already stretched, not to snap right back in. So very slowly sneaking out, keep the stretch in the legs, very slow, coming back into sitting straight. And at some point, with the help of the hands, we will place the knees together. And back to that previous one, strong straight spine, elevating the feet. I need to move this way. Elevating the feet, and notice that sweet spot where you're like my butt is really bony and it's hard to balance on the bones. If you can lean back more, that would be even better with a straighter spine. Alright, so straighten the I was gonna say the front, but the left leg is straight. Reach in, the right leg is bent with the left arm, just like what we did before. And then the right arm goes back. And then do try to stay with a straighter spine. This one is a little wobbly. That's why it's so good for your core and balance. Hug the knees and then move the right leg into straighter, grab the hold of the left foot, and then left arm goes back and straighten the spine. And hug the knees again. Hover here. Have to move again. So we'll get the hold of the big toes, just like in Happy Baby, but still balancing on the sitting bones, and move the legs apart into straighter leg position. See if you can straighten the spine here, relax the shoulders, and breathe. Back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times. Strong straight spine, placing the feet together. And we'll make a transition into laying down, hugging the knees towards the chest. Moving left and right, massaging the spine. Try to incorporate the top part of the spine as well. Relax the shoulders, spacing out the shoulder blades, and also by moving the knees lower and away from you, incorporating more of the lower back. Once again, moving the knees towards the chest and hugging them, maybe grab opposite elbows as you're hugging them, incorporating more the top part of the spine and the neck. And hands on the knees, push the knees away, incorporating more the lower back. And when you're ready, place the feet on the earth. Place the palms next to you with palms down, right? And then lift the feet up towards the sky. Use the hands for leverage and move the feet behind you into plow pose. And while you're doing that, do not look left or right. You want to keep the neck protected, always straight. And try to have less pressure on the neck and more on your shoulders. And not pressure, but weight. And the first plow is never as deep, so don't worry if your feet are not touching the ground. Breathe into the backs of the lungs here, creating space between the vertebrae on the back. Use the arms to slowly exit the pose, even one vertebra at a time. Use the core muscles as well. And the legs are the last thing that's going to go to the ground. Place the feet down into the mat about outwards of your body. So like 2 times the shoulder distance is good. And then move the knees towards the left and then towards the right. Kind of like windshield wipers, sort of. Knees towards the right, knees towards the left, and keep the spine, just keep it flat, laid down. So don't move completely left or right, just the knees are moving. Well, with the legs. You don't just move the knees without the legs, but you know, your heels are grounded and your entire torso is grounded, and also the head. Don't move left and right, just moving the knees towards the right and then towards the left. Incorporate breath with movement. Inhale and exhale to one side. Inhale and exhale to the other side. And let's get ready for another plow. So we're having palms are down, using them as a leverage, lifting up the legs towards the sky, and then using the arms, we'll move the feet above the head towards the earth. And do not look left and right once you're in it, or during getting there. And breathe. Walk the elbows towards each other and place the hands into some mid-back. And
elevating the legs up towards the sky into shoulder stand. Notice the name, shoulder stand, because you're on your shoulders, most of your weight, not neck stand. So if you're feeling a lot of weight on the neck, move the shoulder blades towards each other. You want to have more on the shoulders and some on your arms. Exhale into plank, not plank, plow. Definitely not the plank. Plow pose. Send a few breaths here, maybe release the hands from the back. We're gonna do one more last one, shoulder stand. Place the hands closer to your shoulders, so mid spine, higher spine, elevating. Shoulder stand, and then begin walking the hands towards your shoulders more so you can lift up more with the feet. Correction would be moving the feet as you're hanged from your feet, moving them up towards the sky. Very slowly moving the legs towards you, and with the help of the arms exiting by eventually finding your butt into the mat. And hug the knees, moving left and right, massaging the spine. Where is the breath? Did you run out of breath? So get the hold of your hands, arms, and place them into 90 degrees with elbows out and palms up. Hands are up towards above the head. So elbows are out 90 degrees and then palms are up. Moving the knees towards the left. Look towards your right hand. If both of your elbows are on the mat and both of your knees are laying on the ground, I mean the right one is on top of the left one, but you know, if the left leg is not lifted off of the ground, maybe you can use a little more twist here. So move the right leg on top of the left one. Like crossing your legs, but the knees are on top of each other. Inhale into hugging the knees. And back to hands and perpendicularly away from chest. Palms up and hands are pointed up above the head. Like, it's not really above the head. So elbows out perpendicularly. Forearms are parallel to the body. Dropping the knees towards the right. Very slowly. Full breath. What was your intention from the beginning of the class?
maybe here also you can move the left leg, kind of like crossing on top of the right. Full breath. Hugging the knees towards the chest. Grab your toes into happy baby with the two peace fingers, the pointer and the third middle finger. Moving left and right with straight legs. Relax the shoulder blades. Make sure you get the shoulder blades really good as well. Maybe tucking the chin so I can get some of the neck muscles as well. Notice differences between left and right. It's possible. On the back, up. The shoulder blades. Moving left and right. Straighten legs. And then bend the knees on the two sides of you and keep moving left and right. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Place the feet on the mat with bent knees, and then we're gonna get the hold of the left ankle and then move it next to you. So maybe at first be on the ball of your foot. Moving left knee forward and down. If it feels better to untug the toes, do that. And inhale, knee towards the chest, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to rotate so you can see. So moving the foot towards you, and then knee down. And breathe. If you want to untug the toes and get back to that previous pose where you have both of your feet next to each other with elbows bent, and we're going to lift the hips up into bridge. Feel free to interlace hands here. In this one, also try not to move the neck or the head. You know, you want to protect the neck. So maybe walk the shoulders towards each other and lift up higher the hips. And when you're ready, lower all the way down. One more time. Last time, happy baby. Getting the hang of your toes, and this time the knees are strictly bent. Moving left and right, tuck the chin towards the chest. And then begin relaxing as I guide you through a meditation. Palms are up towards the sky. Feet are just gently placed far from each other, to the sides. Relaxing the feet and relaxing the ankles.
Relaxing the thighs and the sitting bones and the hips. Relaxing the abdominals, core and chest. Letting go of that deep breath if you haven't already. Relaxing the shoulders back and down. Relax the arm, hands and fingers, and relax the throat. Relax the face, jaw, eyebrows. Feel the blood circulating on your scalp. Move down the areas that we just went through. Feel the blood circulating, like tingling and vibrating on the skin, on the face, and then on the throat and arms and hands and fingers and chest and abdominal, core, thighs and knees and ankles and feet. Feel the blood circulating throughout your entire body, on your toes as well. The life force in you. We will do a chakra meditation that's going to help you align your chakras to allow you to have your body function fully to its fullest potential, properly distributing our nutrients and energy through your entire being to all your cells, and support as well your mind and spirit. So keep laying down as I'm going to be playing my rose quartz crystal ball and guiding you through the meditation. Inhale towards your sitting bones and imagine the color red.
our heart's desire through the practice for our day, for our week, for our month or year or life. Whatever the intention is, repeat it in your head in present time. Back to color green in your heart center. Imagine the color green. It's radiating from your heart center and it's wrapping you around and it's extending to your circles of loved ones and your neighbors and your friends and relatives and your country and the entire earth. Keep expanding to the cosmos and beyond. Breathing into the heart center, color green everywhere, inside and outside of you, as you are everything. Next, inhale into your throat and imagine the color blue. Breathe. Next, imagine the color purple in between your eyebrows. Breathing there. Next, breathe in above your head, a crown of the combination of all the colors, white color. back to your intention from the beginning of the class. Later, when you go and do your day, remind yourself this intention. Maybe write it on a piece of paper, like a sticky note. Maybe put like a jewelry piece on you that you will connect with, reminding you about the intention. Or maybe move one bracelet from one side, one arm to the other to remind you. That helps. Alright, thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. Hope you have a beautiful week and many blessings. Thanks. Ciao. Bye.